Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you've had a great weekend. This is February 15th, 2026, Sunday late afternoon. Throwing a video out here on the market and a few trades, okay? Do me a favor. If you like what you see on this video, go ahead and just go down and click that thumbs up button if you would. If you're on a phone, take a look for the what it's called a hype button. Take a look at that and maybe click that if you like our videos, okay? If you watch them, give us a thumbs up. Sure would appreciate it. Also, I want to remind everybody that we have a President's Day sale. It's 2 months for the price of one. Basically, you buy 1 month and we give you the second month free. And you can find that in our description below, okay? All right, now let's take a look at some charts here. Starting with the SPY, and here's the let me start off with this. Is tech going to crash the market? Okay, let's start out with that. Is tech going to crash the market? Good question. And here's a few things that I want to look at. First of all, we'll take a look at the SPY here, and you can see that the SPY, while there it is, while we're moving down, and we're below my trend indicator, we're below the T line. I see all that. So as far as bullish trading goes, this is out of the question for me because we have broken down too much. I need to get the bull attitude back up. And so with that said, but is the market crashing? Well, let's take a look. Right now, all I see is we're in a box right here. We're just in a trading range. The range just happens to be pretty wide right here. So I question whether the market is crashing or not at this point. If I take a look at the SPY, whoops, we are looking at the SPY. If I take a look at RSP, there we go, and RSP, we are still holding up pretty good. Now, the RSP, it's the equal weight. And what it does is it takes these high flyers, like, say, maybe the Mag 7, that are heavy in the SPY, and they are down. They're in the toilet. And that's driving the SPY down, or the SPX, S&P 500. We can look at that. You can see that's driving it down. So when RSP is still holding up, to me, I still see a bullish trend. I made a note here. Out of the S&P 500, there's 502 stocks, and 287 still have the 8 above our trend indicator, and the trend indicator above the 34 EMA, and the 34 EMA above the 50 period moving average. So over half of the S&P 500 really is still in fairly decent territory. So let's take a look at the mags now, and look at them. The mags, they're killing us. They're just, it's torture, and that's what's pulling the SPY down so much, the S&P 500. But like I said, if we take a look at take a look at that RSP, where it flattens those big mags out, makes them more equal to everything else, you can see that we're still rocking pretty good here. Now, I don't like Thursday's candle at all, but Friday we ended up with this bullish Hiromi in here, and we're still holding trend. So, I question. Now, one thing I will say for sure, that we're in some massive chop. I mean, this is just crazy chopping around. And inside this box right here. So for those that have trouble trading, take a little break, take a day off here and there. Allow the market to set up, because this will pass. I guarantee that this will pass. We just have to let the market do its thing, okay? So be a little cautious with some of these charts, especially if you're having troubles, and it's probably not you, it's the market, okay? So don't lose all your money. That's a deal breaker in trading, so don't lose that. So let's take a look at a few more charts here. Where's my list? There it is. So let's take a look at some shorts here, okay? IONS. Take a look at that. We may be getting ready to roll over a little bit here. It's starting to point to the downside. We could have a little top in there setting up. I'm just going to get rid of that. There we go. If we look at that weekly chart, you can see how that we might be topping out right in here. And then this candle, it's not quite a bearish engulf, but we've got some matching heads up here, tweezer top, pretty close to, it's not exactly, but pretty close to a tweezer top, and with this candle in here. And then here we are breaking the 50. So this, I'm keeping an eye on this for a short. And believe me, charts I'm looking at here, they're not like rip, let's buy them. They're like put them on a watch list and wait for the right time. And maybe the right time won't be this week, but wait for that right time on them, okay? Take a look at INCY. That's also setting up for a possible short. Blue ice failure in here. Starting to look pretty good. Here we've got kind of a head and shoulders top where we've got this shoulder, head, and shoulder right through here. Below the 50-period moving average, below the trend indicator here. And also, let's take a look at the cloud. See how we've broken down into the cloud and now we're rallying up. Watch for that push down. If we get below the cloud here, that would be a great setup for a short moving a little further south. And a little further south, if we get down to that line right there, which that's what we call the dotted deuce. It's a modified 200-period moving average right in there. Okay, we're looking there at what, you know, an 8-9% move, maybe a 10% move, depending where it's bought and sold. And then there's still movement, possible movement down to that 200-period moving average for about 15%. Take a look at CMG. Look at CMG. That also might be setting up for more to the short side. I know several people in the room has shorted this, made some money. Some are out of it, some are still holding it. Keep an eye on that. We get through that 50% line, which is right there. The next move down is going to be about $34, and that's from where we are now. You know, that's 5%. And then the next line to the downside around that 32 area is about 9, maybe 10% down there. So let's keep an eye on that one. Keep that on the watch list, okay? GH, another possible short. Blue ice failure setting up. You can see the top that's formed in here. Here we've rallied up, and you know, this is the definition of a blue ice failure, where we've been above the 50-period moving average, we pull back to below the 50-period moving average, and then rally up, and then we fail that area. So what we're looking for is that next move down. So let me point that out one more time. Do this in yellow. Down, up, down. So there's your thrust to the downside. There's your relief. Watch for that buying in here, and that's your money shot on the next leg to the downside. So that one's looking pretty good. All right, we have to look at some longs, right? I'm going to start off with what I think might be a good long. Now, I've got my eyes on this coin, and you know, you got to know that I nor you are the only people looking at it. There's a whole bunch of traders in this world that are starting to look at this now, and they see what's going on happen Friday. So here we've got this nice move up. If it wasn't for that tail, well, let's see what was the open here? The open's 154. And then what was the open here? 153. Yeah. What we've got here, if it wasn't for that wick on there, that would be a classy bull kicker. I mean, a classy bull kicker. You don't see them that perfect very often. But we have this tail on there, so we can't really call it a bull kicker. So I've definitely got my eyes on this. I'm looking for it to retrace back up toward that 50-period moving average here. And so another one for the watch list. IBIT and the likes, you know, we'll keep an eye on those as well. keeping those on the watch list. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on that. Another one is NTNX. NTNX. That's setting up. Bullish piercing candle almost went bullish engulf here. Went sideways, up a little bit, a little more sideways to a little bit of a tilt to the downside. Bulls are coming back. We need to get through that 50 period moving average before it can really pour on the coal and make some money. And I would be looking, back up to this top up here. So, 25% up there. So at 25%, a chart that's put in a bullish piercing candle rallied up. We've got like a morning star type signal right here. We're above the T line, which is the white line, the 8 EMA. Our trend indicator has turned green. I have to put that on the watch list, okay? So let's take a look at Rivian. After Rivian, I've got one more stock, okay? So hang with me here. Rivian, RIVN. So I'm watching Rivian. Now, Rivian here has, I'm going to move this, there we go. Rivian has gapped up. So I'm going to wait for the right time. Strictly a watch list stock right now. I'm going to wait for my alert. And something I'm looking for is a pullback, 3/8 trap kind of a thing. Bounce off the 8 EMA is what I'll be looking at. So it may take several days for that to happen. Now, if Rivian wants to take off, I can see that happening. Here, let's go back over here. These are the alerts I have set on it. If we start breaking out at that top, well, I might have to take a look at that as a trade. And that's what I have these alerts on there for. So right now, if we just started moving up tomorrow, this alert will go off, and then I may have to take a serious look at this for a trade. And then about the 50 period moving average would be a stop. One more chart to look at before I do want to remind everybody about that President's Day sale. You buy the first month, we'll give you the second month for free, okay? Pretty good deal. For those that just want to try us out, remember that we still have the free 14-day trial, and all that is in the description below. Also, check out our Discord link while you're there, okay? I've worked this weekend on Discord, and I've put together quite a freebie list here. We can do that. Let me bring the Discord over, okay? So, I've got a list of some free stuff. Now, I think I'm missing a couple of them, but I'll get that posted on there. And a lot of information that I've been working on this weekend. So check out that link in YouTube, and join us over in our Discord account, okay? All righty, let's look at this last chart, and it's QXO. Now, I've talked about this one last week, and this may be starting to set up right now. I've got a yellow line up there, why do I have that? Do this. All right. So right now, what I would be looking for the next target is around this 2780, then up here at 2860, and then so forth. As it moves up, we'll adjust the line here and adjust the trade. But this is looking great so far. So let's watch for that buy. Put that on the watch list. If you buy this, hey, let me know. If you buy any of the stocks that I post out here, please let me know. You can post it in the trading room. Go in the Discord account, write a little note. Tell me you did that, okay? Thank you very much for watching this video. I absolutely appreciate it, and I hope you had and are having a fantastic weekend, okay? See everybody in the trading room. Remember, we go live at 8:30 a.m. free to the public. See everybody. Take care.